there's any problem with the internet, just unmute and let me know. I've got double internet here if we need it. Alrighty. Let's get started in seated. So you can sit up on a block or bolster, or if you just want to sit cross-legged, whatever. And then let's place the palms downward facing on the thighs. See if we can get a sense for feeling just the back of the head, the skull bones over the sacrum there. And then start to feel right from the get-go for the breath moving in for 4 or 5 counts and the breath moving out for 4 or 5. And see when you breathe in, like the breath enters through the crown of the head and moves down to the base of the spine. And then when you breathe out, the breath moves up the spine, out through the crown of the head. And whilst you're breathing, like see as the breath touches in through the spine, it's enlivening the nerves and the tissue along the column there. And likewise, when you breathe out, you feel it move all the way back up the spine, touching through each vertebrae. So we're working with the mental attitude that we bring to the practice today. And the breath will reflect what is going on in the mind. So that's a really reliable way to see how you're traveling mentally. So even though we're going to move physically, there'll be a really big focus on keeping the breath smooth, steady, and even, but with very little effort. And then open your eyes. If you're on a block, come off your block. We'll start with a seated side bend. So take the left leg out, bring the right foot inside the groin there. See if you can sit back enough so you feel your sit bones plugged down. And then inhale the left arm straight up, get a heap of length through the left side rib cage. And take the left hand either inside or outside the left leg. Okay. From there, inhale the right arm up and take the right hand behind the back this time. So you're grabbing either onto your leggings or, if you can, the left thigh. And then let your left ear rest down towards the left shoulder. So we want to start to feel for this sensation of like unraveling through the right side of the neck. It might be that you move the right shoulder head back a little. Maybe there's more of a let go through the right side of the neck. But just notice if your spine is collapsing. So you want to feel as though the chest is lifting up. So there's actually active through the spine. But everything else around that area can relax. And staying in a side bend from there, release your arm. Take it up as you breathe in, and arm comes overhead. So the palm is downward facing. This time we want to feel like the right rib cage is arching. So you get a bit of space to the right armpit, the right side rib cage. Still that sense of the chest lifting up away from the navel. And start to feel probably a little bit of warmth through the right arm, right armpit. And then lastly, reach the right arm to the right for neck release. So the palm is like downward facing and maybe like 12 inches away from the floor. But again, we want to feel the sit bones. So rock back and plug down. So you're sitting back onto the pelvis. And then again, see if you can roll the right shoulder head away from the floor a little. Letting the right side of the neck go. And then using that right arm, bring the torso all the way up on the breath in. Keep the neck relaxed and then use the left hand to help the head up. Easy, easy. And then we change sides. So the right leg comes out, the left foot comes in. Inhale the right arm up. We take the right hand inside or outside the right leg, and then the left arm comes behind. So grab what you can, don't strain. This is super early on in the practice. I'm just starting to warm the body up, but feel that the spine is working, so the chest is lifted. And then relax your right ear to the shoulder. So you feel for space through the left side of the neck, up under left collarbone, maybe even around left shoulder head. And then bring your awareness back to the breath and just notice if the rhythm is still steady. There's still an awareness to breathing in even and out even. And releasing there, take the left arm overhead. So we want to bow open through the left side rib cage. Feel for a let go through the left side neck. And if you can, start to feel a little bit of the navel twisting skyward. So it's not a huge movement, but just enough so that your chest opens. And then that way we can get more breath into the upper left side of the chest there. And then from there, we reach the left hand into neck release, the palm downward facing. We let go again through the left side neck. And feel for the back teeth separating here. So just notice that tension that creeps in. We still want to feel the pelvis plug down. And then the chest lifts a little. Move the left arm to come all the way up on an inhale, the right hand at the side of the head as you help the head up. And then from there, come down onto your back. Let's do a little bit of ab work, nothing too intense. But come down onto your back to start with, and we're actually going to start with a few bridge rolls. So, bring your arms by your side and your feet flat, knees bent. And then just starting to move the pelvis. So as you inhale, the pelvis lifts and the arms come over the head. And then as you exhale, the pelvis lowers and the arms lower. So again, we inhale, pelvis lifts, the arms come overhead. And then as you exhale, the pelvis lowers and the arms lower. And keep going, but really feel for articulating the whole movement of the spine. So you'll notice where the spine feels clunky. See if you can start to bring a little bit more fluidity there as you lower down. Easy movement up, even breath. And an easy movement down. And the next time you come up, keep the pelvis lifted. Lower the arms by your side and then interlace the fingers at the lower back and see if you can walk the shoulder blades together a little. So just for today, I want you to focus on getting your breath actually up into the chest region. So you're pressing through the feet for sure. You feel the heels, the big toe and the pinky toe mound. And as you exhale, you lift the upper back away from the floor, like you want to move the chest towards the chin. And feel for this spreading of the breath up through the collarbones, the armpits, the upper back. Again, it's just an even breath in, steady inhale. And a steady exhale. And from there, release the hands, pressing through the feet, come down with control. So just see if you can place each part of the spine down, like link by link. Pause there for a moment to feel the energy through the spine and notice what's changed. And then up to you guys how you go from here. If you want really gentle abs, keep the feet down. If you want to up level, then obviously the feet are up. I'm going to come into elbow to knee, super simple. Make sure the fingers are supporting the base of the skull and the elbows point skyward. So if you can't keep your lower back connected to the floor without with your feet up, work with your feet down so that your abdomen's being worked rather than your lower back. Okay. If you're having a strong day, feet can come up, no problem. Okay, inhale, lift head and shoulders up. Hold the breath, press the lower back down. As you exhale, take elbows to the left knee. Extend the right leg forward, whether the foot's up or down, doesn't matter. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to the midline, the head and shoulders lift higher. Hold the breath, press the lower back into the mat. Exhale, elbows to the right knee, extend the left leg forward. See if you can get a bit of space between the toes there. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to center, the head stays up. Hold the breath, press low back and the sacrum into the mat. Exhale, elbows to the left, extend the right leg forward. Again, spread out through the toes so you actually feel the foot bones move. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, low back down. Exhale, elbows to the right, take the left leg forward, reach, and then pull the belly in. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Notice if there's tension in the face as you hold the breath. Relax the face, press the lower back down, and then exhale to the left, extend the right leg forward and pull the belly in. So keep the skin around your eyes and your cheeks super soft. Inhale back to the midline. Hold the breath, low back presses. Exhale, elbows to the right. Extend left leg forward, reach, reach. Pull low belly in. Inhale back to center, lift head and shoulders higher. Send the armpits skyward as you hold the breath. Press low back down, exhale, elbows to left, extend the right leg forward, press, press. Pull low belly in. Inhale back to the midline, one more. Hold the breath, low back down. Exhale to the right, extend the left leg, keep the right shoulder lifted. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to center. Exhale, head down. Relax the arms. Take your awareness to the navel. Feel for the warmth that's generating in the center of your belly. And feel as you breathe out for intentionally moving the warmth through your legs and your arms. So we use that it's like inner tracking to move this energy through the body. Okay, from there, relax the arms by the side. Make sure the chin is tucked and then take both legs up. So it's like you want to press your feet up on the ceiling there. So the feet are flexed. And remember the chin stays tucked so that we keep the back of the neck really long. Take an inhale there. And as you exhale, just lower the right leg so it hovers 2 inches above the floor. And the idea here is we want to keep the back as pressed into the floor as we can. The chin is tucked so the neck is long. The arms are relaxed so they're barely working. And then we push up through the left heel and out through the right. And keep the mind's eye at the navel center so we're stoking that little bit of internal fire. Not too much that it overburns. We don't want to overheat, but we do want to feel activation. Next inhale, bring the right leg up, lower the left leg down. Same thing, hover, push up through the right, out through the left. Keep the chin tucked so the neck is long. And again, the focus always when we're doing any ab work is the navel center. Is where the energy of samana and apana vayu live. The energy responsible for digestion and assimilation. So it's super important. Next inhale, lift the left leg up. Pause there as you exhale with the legs extended skyward. Take another inhale, reach up a little bit more. And then as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. A little bit of a rock from side to side there, maybe massage out the lower back. And just check in with the quality of energy that's here now. Like sometimes when we start a practice, we start really tired, and then after a minute or so, we're actually like, oh, I feel okay now. And also it can go the other way. So start with a heap of energy and then just crash. So use this to get honest with where you're at. And then practice in accordance with that, with what's here now. Okay, my friends, roll on over onto your hands and knees. So in a tabletop position. I'm just going to start to warm the spine pretty easy today. So inhale, lift the chest, collarbones spread. And then as you exhale, go back to child's pose. And when your forehead touches the mat, think about cooling the front of your brain. And then we inhale back to tabletop. And then tuck the toes and press to down dog. Exhale, start to feel for a little bit more length in the spine. And then we go inhale down to tabletop, the chest lifts, the collarbones spread. And we exhale back to child's pose, forehead on the mat. We inhale up, the collarbones spread. And we tuck the toes and exhale down dog. So keep going in that way, lowering the knees on the inhale into a tabletop position and then back to child's pose on the exhale. And back up on the inhale. Down dog on the exhale. And really what you're feeling for is just a simple movement through the spine. So you move in with the breath. Take your full inhale and a full exhale, even if that means moving slow. And we'll do one more, and then we'll meet all of us in down dog. That's it. Once you're in down dog, set up foundations. So remember, with the hands, we want to fingers spread super wide, pressing down to lift up light through the wrists. Maybe the knees bend slightly so the sit bones can reach up higher. Maybe we let the skin around the cheeks hang loose. And then we'll stay here for 5 breaths. I want you guys to focus on when you breathe in, the back of the body spreads. And then when you breathe out, the navel contracts back towards the spine. So it's almost as though we're doing Uddiyana, but not quite. There is a contraction there of the lower abdomen. Each time we breathe in, we're feeling for fullness, like the full expansion of the breath. And then when we breathe out, we want to feel the complete contractions, like them polar opposites, completely empty out. Okay, next inhale. Lift the heels up, get the sit bones really, really high. And then make your way to the top of the mat as you breathe out. We'll take a halfway lift inhale, so you get a nice flat back there. And then fold forward on the exhale, let the back of your neck go. Feel the feet active. The next breath in, press into the feet. You come all the way up on an inhale, so arms reach skyward. Keep the chin tucked under. And then hands to heart as you exhale. So inhale, arms sweep. Side ribs lengthen, feet plug down. And we fold forward on an exhale, at the back of the neck go. Step the left leg back, just so that the left knee's under the hip there. So you're in a high lunge, and inhale the arms up. So when it feels stable through both feet, fingers spread nice and wide. And then a breath in to lift up through the side ribs. And then as you exhale, take the right arm back and the left arm forward. There's a little bit of a twist through the spine. We come back up on an inhale. And then we go again on the exhale. So the right arm moves back, the left arm moves forward, and the gaze is forward. Come back up on an inhale. Let's go a final one on the exhale. And just hold there for a moment. So feel for this. The pelvis is steady. Spine is lifting lengthwise, crown of the head skyward. And then the exhale, the twist comes from the navel. So nothing else really moves. Pelvis stays still. And then my next breath in, come back. The arms reach skyward on the inhale. Plant the palms. Step back to plank. Put the knees down and lower on the exhale. So contract the navel to the spine. Keep the shoulders away from the floor. Hands come forward into cobra. Just a little cobra, keep the chin tucked. Feel the upper back working. And then lower the chest as you exhale, let the forehead reach the floor. So do 2 more like that. Cobra on an inhale. The upper back is working and the thighs engage. And we lower down on an exhale. Last one, come up on an inhale. Maybe this time a little bit lighter through the hands. See if you can pull the chest forward a little bit more. And then lower down on the exhale, move the hands back and down dog. Take a full feeling breath in. Let the back of your neck go on the breath out. Then we step the left foot forward, the back knee's underneath the hip. We come up on an inhale. Fingers spread wide on an exhale, shoulders relaxed. And then we lift up on the inhale, so side ribs lengthen. As you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Again, we come up on an inhale. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. So just introducing a little twist to the spine. Breath in. Same again. Exhale, left arm back. And this time on the breath in, lift a little bit more through the ribs. And as you exhale the left arm back, make sure that the legs are super active. So the twist in these twists always occurs from the navel. You want to feel inner thighs squeeze to the midline. And then remember, we want cool attitude. So notice if you're starting to get really intense, like the twist needs to be deeper or you need to feel more through your legs. Just back it off a little bit. Next inhale, reach both arms skyward. Plant the palm, step forwards. Fold on an exhale, let the back of the head go. Come all the way up on an inhale, reach the arms up, 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 up. And then take your hands to the backs of the thighs as you exhale. So just underneath the smiley bit of your butt. Inhale, lift the chest. Fold forward as you exhale, at the back of the neck go. Take a halfway lift inhale, keep the chin tucked in. And then fold forward and hold as you exhale, just for one breath. So feel the skin around the skull relax, the back of the neck long. And then the feet plug firmly down. Keeping the chin tucked, come all the way up on the inhale. So the hands slide up the back of the legs, the chest is open, the collarbones spread. And then relax the arms as you exhale. Alrighty, inhale the arms skyward, lift up through the side ribs again. Fold forward as you exhale. Take the right leg back this time, maybe a little bit further. So you're in a deeper lunge and then come up on the inhale. So when I feel like a little bit of a back bend, maybe you can cactus your arms slightly, but work on keeping the chin tucked still. A deep breath in to lift there. Plant the palm, step back to plank, knees up or down, lower as you exhale, keep the navel drawn in. 3 cobras, come up on the inhale, keep the thighs active, maybe a little bit higher now the spine is warm, and then lower on an exhale. We go again, light through the hands, making the back muscles work. Come up on an inhale and lower on an exhale. Final one, come all the way up on an inhale, chest forward, collarbones spread. Lower on an exhale. Hands back, tuck toes, down dog. Again, deep feeling breath. Now start to feel perhaps there's a little bit more space inside. Just notice that the breath can probably draw in a little bit longer. And ideally drawing out longer, match the inhale. And then from there, step the right foot forward, back knee down. We come back up again, so the arms reach skyward, maybe a little cactus arms to open the chest. So you want to feel like the upper body lifts. Keep the chin tucked under still. The back leg working strong. A deep breath in to lift up. Plant the palms, step forward, and fold again as you breathe out. The back of the neck go. And from there, come all the way up, and an inhale, reach the hands up, 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 up. Maybe look up a little. And then hands to heart as you exhale, same. Hands to the backs of the thighs again as you inhale, lift the chest, collarbone spread, and then slide your hands down the legs again. Come into a forward fold. Take a halfway lift inhale. The chin is tucked, the neck is long. And then fold forward as you exhale. This time stay for 2 breaths. So you feel we've raised the energy through the suns and then we ground it in the forward fold. So that's the intention here. We want to have a little bit of spice, stimulate in the morning particularly, but then we want to ground it in. So we don't overheat the mind or the body. Take one more full breath there. See if you can stretch the breath through the tissues of the back ribs. And then use the navel to draw the breath out. And then we keep the hands connected to the backs of the legs. Come all the way up, and an inhale, the chest, collarbones spread. Chin stays tucked. And then relax the arms on an exhale. So do one more round of suns. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold forward. This time come into lounge lunge. Take the left leg back, put the left knee down. So remember with lounge lunge, left hand needs to come quite a bit far forward, more than you think. And then we hug the right knee into the chest, twisting the chest towards the knee. So it's about, this one's really targeting the left side rib cage. I'm going to try and aim to stay on the top of the left thigh. And then let the head hang wherever it feels relaxed. So whether that's forward or maybe the left ear to the left shoulder. But we're getting a sense of less effort in this one. A little bit more cooling. And see with your breath if you can use the inhale to create more space through the left side ribs. And then maybe the exhale helps you draw the right knee closer towards the chest. Release. Plant the palms, step to plank, and come through how you need to. So whether the knees are up or down is up to you. This time, bring the hands behind the lower back and clasp the palms. As you inhale, just lift the chest and the arms. Keep the feet on the floor, but the chin is tucked. Lower on the exhale, let the forehead touch the earth. And then same again, we come back up on an inhale. The arms straighten behind, the chin is tucked, and just the chest lifts. Legs working. Lower on an exhale. Last time, come up on an inhale. Chest lifts, collarbones spread. And then we lower on the exhale. Hands under the shoulders. Down dog. Downward facing dog. Pause to feel here. So again, notice the changes in the breath. Maybe the body temperature has changed. The activity in your mind for sure. And then step the left foot forward, come into lounge lunge. So the right hand comes forward again. Hugging the left knee in. We want to really let yourself lounge. So it's not about activating the right arm too much at all. We hug the left knee in towards the chest. And then head either hangs down, or you can have right ear resting on the right shoulder. But feel that level of space through the right ribs. It helps to actually activate the right thigh a little bit. Like you want to reach the thigh towards the back of the mat. And then let the breath be the thing that creates internal space. Release. Plant the palm, step forward and fold. Let the back of the neck go. Press through the legs, come all the way up on an inhale, arms reach. You can lift the chin a little. And then hands to heart on an exhale. Hands to the back of the legs again. This time we lift the chest, the collarbones spread, and then we fold forward on an exhale. We take a halfway lift inhales. Chin is tucked again. Like really press the chest forward. And then fold as you exhale. And this time we'll stay for 3 breaths. So feel for this idea that we're working with the energetics constantly. So the movement through suns brings the energy up. And then the forward fold brings the energy down. So we're constantly working with this balance of yin and yang. And really, there's no such thing as a yin or a yang practice. They're intertwined always. And the idea is we're aiming to find some kind of middle way here. Next breath in, come all the way up. The collarbones spread, the chest lifts. And then the arms relax by the side on the breath out. Pause there a moment, just tap into what's changed. So it might be that there's more sensation through the body. Maybe the breath's different. Maybe things that were a problem half an hour ago don't exist anymore. Things like that. And then bring the feet together. As you inhale, take the arms up, come up into chair pose and take the gaze straight forward. So you want to feel as though the tailbone actually lengthens downward. But at the same time, the chest lifts up. Gaze is steady, not too intense. Breath even. And then the next inhale, see if you can draw just a little bit more lift through the rib cage. Then fold forward on your exhale. Take a halfway lift inhale, so flat back. And then fold forward on the exhale. From there, plant the palm, step to plank. Come forward on the inhale, keep the navel contracted in towards the spine, and then knees up or down, lower all the way. Come into just one single cobra as you inhale. Maybe it's a little bit higher. Just keep the elbows slightly bent. And then down dog on the exhale. Extended warrior, step the left foot forward. Come into a warrior 2 position. You have a few options here. You can have your left arm on your left thigh. You can have your left hand inside or outside your left foot. And you can also use a block. Lowering the left hip down, take the right arm either straight up in a half bind or overhead. But what we're feeling for here is, again, that length and expansion through both side rib cage. Softness through the neck and the jaw. And each time we breathe out, we want to rotate the navel skyward. Even breaths in, super steady. And steady breath out. Now, using your right arm, use that to bring the body all the way up. We're going to straighten the front leg, parallel the feet so that they're pigeon-toed. You might need a block, you might not. Hands around the pelvis. Inhale, lift the chest up, collarbone spread, and then hinge forward at the hips as you fold on an exhale. There's a halfway lift inhale, the chest lifts, the collarbones spread. And then fold forward on the exhale with the elbows in close, let the back of the neck go. So that same thing again where we've brought the energy up and then we bring it down. We focus here in this pose on feeling firm and steady through the legs. Maybe the knees bend slightly. Maybe the inner arches of the feet can lift a little bit. And then with this, an allowing through the spine, like let gravity do the drawing down. Yeah, from there, take an inhale halfway, pull length through the spine, and then as you exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Stay in the halfway lift inhale. You can draw a little bit more length and then press up on the exhale. Turn the right foot forward, bend the knee. We come back into a warrior two position. You have a choice of the right forearm on the thigh. You can have the hand on the floor or a block. So same pose. Previous side, you've got the left arm overhead if you want that. Half bind if that's better in your shoulder. But essentially we're aiming again to get more space through side rib cage, both sides. So we want to feel on the breath in that the crown of the head lengthens forward. And then on the breath out, the navel twists skyward. Neck is relaxed and the eyes are soft. So often when we're working with Pitta, which is kind of the dosha of the season, we've got excess Pitta, we get this really intense stare. The eyes are super, super intense. When we're softening the eyes, it sends signals to the rest of the body that it's okay to relax a little. And keep feeling for that extra bit of length as you breathe in. Extra bit of twist as you breathe out. Use the left arm, come all the way up on an inhale. Parallel your feet again. Exhale there. So you can come back to the previous one, hands on the hips, the chest lifts on the inhale, forward on the exhale. If you want to clasp your hands for a different variation, that's an option for sure. And the arms will move then over the head. But again, either way, we want to feel more connected through the feet than we do through the head. So we're plugging down through foot bones and shin bones. You've got the hands clasped. Take an inhale, feel the collarbones spread more. And then as you exhale, see if you can draw the arms just a little bit further. From there, bring the hands back to the hips. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Stay there on the exhale. And then press through the legs. Come all the way up on an inhale, inhale, inhale. Step to the top of the mat as you exhale. Feet together, inhale, chair. Forward fold, exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Step to down dog only as you exhale. Deep feeling breath in there. Exhale to empty. And then inhale, step the left foot forward. Spin the right foot flat. Come up, we'll set up for triangle. So if you want to, you can turn the back toes in a little bit. Left toes track straight forward. And then take the arms out to the side. And as you inhale, take the left arm up. As you exhale, take the left hand to the shin or a block. Right arm comes over. Inhale the right arm back to the right hip. Exhale as you reach the left arm forward and come all the way up. So we take an inhale to lift up, lengthen. An exhale to go down. An inhale for the right arm over. And exhale to take it back. Inhale, the left arm lengthens forward, and then we come all the way up. So we do a few of these. So inhale, left arm lengthens. Exhale, left hand to shin. Inhale, right arm overhead. Exhale, right hand to hip. Inhale, left arm reaches forward, come all the way up. Exhale, left hand to shin. Inhale, right arm over, a little bit of an arch through the right ribs. Exhale, right hand to hip. Inhale, left arm forward, come all the way up. Exhale, left hand to shin, and this time we'll stay. So you can have a block there if that's better. Right arm extends either straight up, or if you want more opening through the right rib cage, take the right arm forward. But again, we want to feel for even weight through both feet. Not too much intensity. It's an easy, steady breath. And finding that's like a Goldilocks position, so not too intense, but not too easy. And then we use that right arm on the next breath in to come all the way up. Reset the back foot so that your feet are hip width parallel, like laterally. Hands on the hips, inhale, lift the chest, we'll come forward for pyramid on the exhale. If you need a block, use a block. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. You might need a little bend in the left knee. Exhale to fold. So prioritize the straightness of the spine over the legs. If you need to bend the knees, do that. And then come back to the even, steady breath, in and out. Maybe in 5, out 5. Next breath in, come all the way up. Pause there on the breath out. And then reset the feet so we come to triangle on the opposite side, the right foot forward. I like my left toes turned in a little bit of an angle, but whatever works for you. And then inhale the right arm up, get lots of space. Exhale, right hand to right shin. Inhale, left arm over. Exhale, left hand to left hip. Inhale, right arm reaches, come all the way up. Exhale, right hand to right shin. Inhale, left arm overhead, bow in through the left ribs. Exhale, left hand to left hip. Inhale, right arm reaches forward, come all the way up. Exhale, right hand to right shin. Inhale, left arm over, lots of space. Exhale, left hand to left hip. We do one more. Inhale, reach the right arm forward, come all the way up. Exhale, reach the right hand to right shin. And then inhale, either the left arm goes directly skyward. If you want more opening through the left rib cage, take the left arm overhead. Remember that the chest wants to rotate skyward. The neck completely let go. And then steady breath in and steady breath out. It's even, calm, steady breath. Next breath in, come all the way up. Reset the feet for pyramid, hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Hinge forward on an exhale. Maybe do a halfway lift. Come up, reset the spine. Feel for like extra length there. And then fold again on the exhale. Feel in here for where else you can soften the body. Like, where does your body grip habitually? Maybe the jaw, the eyes, the lower belly. Work in this pose to consciously relax those places. Use the breath as a tool to support. And the next breath in, we come all the way up. Press through the legs. And step to the top of the mat as you breathe out. Inhale, arms up. Fingers spread wide. Fold forward on an exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Step to plank. Lower all the way to your belly as you exhale. I'm just going to pop my mic a little bit away there. Now you guys have got a couple of options here. So if you want to stay with locust, I'm gonna basically progress this as we go, and you guys are going to take from it what is the most energizing version. So we're not looking to deplete. This is honestly about just making sure that you feel the pressure in your belly and a little bit of heat, not too much. All right. So start with your forehead on the floor. Bring the arms by the side. And we're going to inhale, just lift the chest up. So that's the first part. So palms are downward facing. The tops of the feet are flat on the floor and the chin is tucked. So that's first stage. Okay. The next part is the arms lift. So the palms are still downward facing, but the hands are off the floor and the collarbones are spread. I want to feel that the chin is tucked and the neck is long here. Adding on further, the legs lift. Okay. So watch the breath here, like just notice when you start to get out of breath and then the mind starts getting all edgy and all of that stuff. So just watch. Okay. And then if all of those are working for you and you want to go further, we come into bow pose. So you reach, you grab the ankles, you press the feet back and the chest lifts. And then it's about a steady breath again. So we're not looking to overcook the body. We just want to be in a place where we can stay steady and focused. We're not overwhelmed. Gaze is fixed or the eyes are closed. We've got 5 more breaths here. If you come to a pause where you're like, uh-oh, I overdid it. Or uh-oh, I underdid it. Find that place where it's just about manageable. If you're in bow, kick your feet back more, press your shoulder blades into your heart. Everybody take 1 breath in to lift and then release as you breathe out. So take your favorite cheek to the floor. Feel the energy move up through the spine. Take an inhale. And press to down dog on the exhale. Inhale the left leg straight up. Step the left knee forward for pigeon as you breathe out. So the back toes tuck under here. You want to reach the right leg back as far as you can. Prop accordingly. If you've got knee things going on, you can bend the back knee. Inhale, lift the chest up. So get the collarbones spread wide and then either come onto the forearms or you can use a block or you come all the way down. So feel here, for sure you want to feel this through the outer edge of the left thigh, left hip joint. There's a little bit of an active reach through the right leg, but really the rest of the body's relaxed, particularly the lower belly and the pelvic floor. Little bit of a change to the breath now. We're starting to slow down the practice. So we want really to work with a double the length of the exhale. So if you're breathing in for 4, you want to breathe out for 8. Like in 3, out 6, whatever you can manage like comfortably. But just that practice of counting the breath forces the mind into like a single focus. So it gives a little opportunity for the mind to wander on to other things, particularly life things. And then from there, plant the palms and step to down dog as you breathe out. If you want to walk out the heels, then do that. Just bring a bit more blood and chi through the pelvis. And then inhale the right leg up. Same thing. If you want to open the hip, you can. Take the knee skyward and then come through, reaching on the opposite side. So same thing. It's always nice to tuck the left toes under and reach the left leg back. Lift up through the chest, get length, and then we come forward with intention again. Either on the forearms or all the way down. Little bit of activation through the right heel still, so not completely disengaging the legs. And then we work with that 1 to 2 ratio of the breath, so in 4, out 8, or whatever you can manage. And then last breath, we'll plant the palms, tuck the toes, press to down dog on the breath out. Deep breath in there to lift up the heels, get the hips high, and then step through for a seat. So keep the legs extended forward. Now, if you need a bolster at the back of the knees, that's fine. If you want to put blocks there, you can. We're going to inhale the arms up by the ears there. And then as you exhale, keep the arms by the ears and come forward. So your hands might rest on the feet, the shins, whatever. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lift up and lengthen so your arms are straight. And then fold forward on an exhale. So let's do that again. So we come all the way up on an inhale. The arms stay by the ears. Arms still stay by the ears, come forward on an exhale. See if you can really lengthen the spine. We take the feet or the shins, we come up on a halfway inhale, keep the arms really, really extended. And then fold forward again on an exhale. Let's do it one more time. So arms by the ears, come up on an inhale, feel the sit bones plug down. Keep the arms by the ears as you fold on an exhale. We take a halfway inhale, so the chest lifts, the collarbones spread. This time, go forward on an exhale and stay. So whether the hands are on the shins or the feet or big toes, whatever, still want to feel an active lengthening through the spine. But this time, we'll change the breath again. So the breath this time is in for 4, out for 6, and then you will hold your breath out for 2. In the pause where you hold your breath out for 2, just feel for the sensations in the body there. Just notice what you feel. Okay, next breath in, come all the way up. When you breathe out, stay seated with a really tall spine. Just bring the hands to the floor, whether you're on the fingertips or the palms, reach down. So in Dandasana, you want to feel like the back of the head is over the spine. Feel sensation running down each vertebrae of the spine there. Okay, and then from there, make your way to final rest. So you can either take legs up the wall. You could have a bolster at the back of the knees. Do whatever you feel is going to help you down-regulate further. What will help the mind stay still. There's some other pause you need to do just to make the body feel completely prepared for rest, then do that too. But eventually we get to a place where we're in contact with the floor somewhat. It's like this sense of feeling like the earth draws any residual tension out of the body through the back. The spine gets really, really heavy in the floor. Feel where the back of the head touches the earth. And this is the complete letting go, like we surrender now any remaining tension in the body, any more agitation in the mind. We let go of the control of the breath. Remember your breath. Feel for moving your breath through the whole of your body. And take time to transition to one side, super slow. And then come to seating. However you need to, let the hands rest easy at the heart. And see if you can sense into that feeling of spaciousness inside the body, but also in the mind. There's usually even more space between thoughts. And as always, with gratitude to the teachings and gratitude that we have a body that can practice. We bow and we say namaste. Gracias.